Well, now that my good friend Congressman Young has told you about his love-hate relationship with the Coast Guard, I will redeem it all by saying that I just have a love relationship with the Coast Guard. I was a Coast Guard baby. My dad was in the Coast Guard in Ketchikan when I was born, and my sister was born in Sitka when he was out at sea, and her name is still messed up because they couldn't figure out how to read the teletype about what he wanted to name her, and so my mom decided she was going to do what she was going to do, and that's the name. So I love the Coast Guard, and I'm unabashed with that. But Captain, the last time we had an opportunity to visit with one another, we were on board the Healy, and we weren't moving very fast anywhere because you had led the Renda up north through some pretty interesting ice, and we were sitting offshore there waiting for the Renda to be offloaded. I made the comment to the crew at the time that when they got home, their lives were going to be changed forever because they were going home as heroes. They were going home as a member of a crew that had captured the attention not only of the country but of the world for those weeks leading up to the successful offloading. But it's a reminder to us that the Coast Guard really are those everyday heroes. They're the men and women that are plucking our fishermen out of the sea, whether by helicopter or taking the cutters out. They're the men and women that are making sure that our fisheries are enforced. They're the men and women that are really standing at the ready all the time, and we're greatly, greatly indebted to them, and certainly in Alaska we're forever in their service. I'll echo my colleague, my friend's comments about the need for more capacity up north, whether it's the cutters, whether it is clearly our icebreakers, and how we lead as an Arctic nation. We expect the Coast Guard to be there to help us with that mission, and it is mission critical. It is a pleasure this morning to welcome Captain Beverly Havlick. She's the commanding officer of the Coast Guard cutter Healy, as you know. Healy's just completed. It was an 8-month deployment. They're currently ramping up for another deployment, I understand, so we appreciate how busy that you are. I think it's important to recognize that as the commanding officer of the Healy, she's been in this position since May of last year. Before that, she was the Chief of Planning and Force Readiness for the 5th Coast Guard District. She has served on 5 Coast Guard cutters, including command of the cutter Sundew in Duluth, Minnesota, the cutter Pea Island in Mayport, Florida. And I personally find it fascinating that you can be the captain here on a very distinguished mission and come from an inland state like Iowa. I'm not quite sure how the Coast Guard first attracted you, Captain, but I think it has to be a good story there. I'm pleased to be able to have you share some of the mission here before staff and members, and again, thank you for your leadership and your great work. Nice to have you with us this morning.
Thank you very much.